What's going on, peeps? Jagira here, and today we're going to be going over the Guardian Druid talents for the Castle Nafria raid. Now, I have come up with 3 talent builds for all of you. A beginner, an intermediate, and a more advanced one focused on kitty weaving. Going to be going into the breakdown of the talents, how they're strong, and then we're going to go into the the raid journal, looking at certain bosses where you may want to swap things round, and yeah, just have a bit of a general breakdown. So, with that out of the way, let's jump into the beginner build that I have named Thrash. Now, on the level 15 row, Brambles. Sharp Brambles will protect you, absorbing and reflecting up to 95 damage from each attack. This is magic melee ranged. Any attack you will be absorbing about 100 damage and then reflecting it back. And while Barkskin is active, the Brambles also deals about 60 nature damage to all nearby enemies every second. Barkskin being one of our, major defensive cooldowns. When you therefore press Barkskin, it will also do a little bit of damage. So, a little bit of an offensive capability there. Pretty good. A nice sort of set and forget talent. On the level 25 row, Renewal. This, on a minute and a half cooldown, is basically a free health stone. Instantly heals you for 30% of your maximum health, usable in all shapeshift forms. Beautiful. On the level 30 row, we're going to be picking Restoration Affinity. This will heal you for 3% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. And if you are at full health, an injured member of your raid will be healed instead. This will give you a plethora of restoration skills. Ursul's Vortex not being useful at all, but is what it is. If you're new to tanking and you don't feel comfortable going out of bear form, it doesn't really matter. We're selecting this for the Ysera's Gift because 3% of your maximum health, as you can see, oh wait a minute, there we go, yeah, it's quite a lot. So this does add up during the course of the raid encounter. On the level 35 row, our utility row, not really much use you can get out of Mighty Bash and Mass Entanglement, so we pick Heart of the Wild. That's going to be standard across every build. That's just standard across raiding. Once again, it is what it is. Like I said, if you don't feel comfortable going out of bear form, you don't have to. We just select this because, you have to. On the 40 row, we're going to be picking Incarnation. Now, this is an improved Berserk. Causes Mango to hit up to 3 targets. Not useful in most encounters. But it also increases your maximum health by 30%. 30% increased health. Remember, Renewal is max health, and Ysera's Gift is max health, so this is good, another defensive capability. And it makes your Berserk last 30 seconds up from 15. Now, Berserk will reduce the cooldown of your Frenzied Regeneration, and it halves the cost of your Iron Fur. So you have Incarnation, which is going to make you more tanky, and it's going to be able for you to go use your active mitigation more liberally, and it's going to make you be able to just spam those frenzied regenerations, and this lasts for 30 seconds. It is beautiful. Also, while doing this, you can just spam Thrash and Mangle to your heart's content. Talking about Thrash, Earth Warden on the 45 row. Now, when you deal direct damage with Thrash, you will gain a charge of Earth Warden, reducing the damage of your next auto attack by 30%. Earth Warden may have up to 3 charges. This, obviously, if you're spamming Thrash for that 30-second window, you're going to have a lot of upkeep on Earth Warden. This is just beautiful across all fights of raiding. Having an auto attack reduce damage by 30% is lovely. And on the 50 row, also about Thrashes, here we go. Each stack of Thrash will reduce the target's damage to you by 2 and increase the damage to them by 2%. Now, obviously, you can have 3 stacks of Thrash, so when it's capped, that will be 6% damage reduction and 6% damage that you do to them increased. Yeah, very nice, simple cookie cutter build. You can take this as a new bear into any fight of Castle Nafria and do well in. So yeah, there you go, my friends. And now for the intermediate build. We're going to be starting off, let's go back into bear form, with Bristling Fur on the level 15 row. Now, you bristle your fur, causing you to generate rage based on the damage taken for 8 seconds. The more damage that you have done to you, the more rage you generate. So, how are you going to use this? Well, let us open the quick adventure guide, and we're going to go to Shriek Wing here, and we're going to go to Exsanguinate and Bite. As you can see, that is a lot of damage. So how would you do this? So you've got DBM, you've got big wigs, anything like that that tracks these encounters mechanics. You can see Exsanguinate and Bite is coming up. You would, well, I don't have any rage, but if I did, I would spend the rage I can on Iron Fur because you don't want to cap on rage. You then want to go hit your Bark Skin and your Bristling Fur. Exsanguinate and Bite hits. There you go, a lot of damage done. That will give you a big amount of rage. And then your tank, well, your off tank, sorry, will therefore take aggro. And once they take aggro, you're going to have a load of rage left that you can either spam on Mauls or on Frenzied Regeneration, whatever really you want. That's how I would use it. It depends on how people want to throughout the encounter. But the general rule is that's how you would do it. On 25 row, we've been over Renewal, 30, 35, yeah, we've been over these, so no point recapping. On the 40 row, Galactic Guardian, your damage has a 5% chance to trigger a free automatic Moonfire. In case you forget, this is Moonfire. And then when this occurs, your next Moonfire cast will generate 8 rage, and it will deal 300% increased direct damage. This is good because obviously, well, generates rage. We like that. 300% increased direct damage is pretty good. When it says there your damage, that is any damage. So that is your dots, that is your melee, that is using the direct skills, that's even using Moonfire itself, right, will cause this passive to trigger. This is nice because it spices up Bear Druid, because there are people who say that Bear is boring. Well, being able to play a game of Whack-A-Mole, have a little bit of a mini event in there, is quite fun. On the 45 row, Survival of the Fittest. Now, I'm picking this here under the pretense that you have got the Natural Order's Will. I should say, for the first build we went over, that's not really any legendary specific. But Natural Order's Will is going to beef up our Bark Skin. But also, Survival of the Fittest will reduce the cooldown of Survival Instincts. Now, this is for 33% for both skills. Yeah, really good. Able to use Bark Skin more often, which means we're going to be getting more use from our legendary. Having Survival Instinct on a reduced cooldown means that we can use it more liberally, which is great. Not much more else to add on that. On the 50 row, we're going to go with Pulverized here. Now, this is going to be very sort of defensive orientated. So, how would you use Pulverize? Now, as we go over it, it's a devastating blow that consumes 2 stacks of thrash in the target. It deals quite a hefty bit of damage, and it will reduce the damage that they deal to you by 35% for 10 seconds. Now, if we go over our good old raid dungeon journal thingy again, Huntsman, Barghast, here we go. Rip Soul. Now, Rip Soul is a shadow skill. This means it's magic. This also means that our Iron Fur is rendered not good. Now, you could use a Survival Instincts for that, or you could use a Pulverize. A devastating blow that consumes 2 stacks of thrash, as we just went over, 35% reduced damage. This therefore means that this skill will do, reduced damage, which therefore means that the soul that is generated will have, there's less health for those healers that have to go heal it up. So the less they have to heal that, the more they can heal you. The more they heal you, the less you're going to die, which means the less the raid is going to wipe. Big brain stuff, I know. So, the intermediate build, done. Let's go into the Kitty Weave. So, this is what I've got for the Kitty Weaving build. Brambles, been over that. Now, the reason I'm picking Brambles again instead of Bristling Fur, I'll go over that. Renewal, that's been a standard across all. But on the level 30, Feral Affinity. This is going to give us Feline Swiftness, which is going to make us a little bit of a speedy boy, increasing our movement speed by 15%. You'll get Rake, Rip, and Maim. Maim's not really that important, and your energy regeneration is increased by 35%. Energy being the resource that Feral Druids use to cast their, combo point generating skills. 35 Heart of the Wild. Now, obviously, now that we've got the Feral Affinity, it's going to increase the damage of our Feral abilities by 30%, and the critical strikes that generate a combo point will generate an additional combo point. So, for example, your Shred, that crits, instead of getting 1, you're going to get 2. Got that Galactic Guardian again, just because more damage, more Moonfires. More Moonfires. You're going to therefore be able to get more damage from this, and you're going to get Rage. Note, when you're in Feral form, okay, and you use Moonfire, it will take you into your humanoid form. So if you want to use Galactic Guardian, alright, for whatever reason, I would recommend going into bear form and then using it. Survival of the Fittest, we've been over that. Rend and Tear. You could go Pulverize, but I mean, Rend and Tear, I like doing this because it's going to increase my damage. This is going to increase the damage that I can therefore do when I'm kitty weaving. So these is, like I said, the more of the advanced build. And guys, if you're enjoying this video and you're enjoying the talent breakdowns, may I remind you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Join the Discord, join the Bear Crew, and go and follow me over on Twitch, so when I start streaming again, we can have some glorious bear fun. But, so yeah, sorry, these are the 3 major builds. Now let's go over when this can change. So, the Dungeon Journal, sorry, Raid Journal. Looking at some of these, the Sun King's Salvation, it's a very hectic ad fight. For any of you who've done it, you will know. For something like this, I would recommend taking Blood Frenzy. Thrash will generate 2 rage each time it deals damage. That is the direct damage, and that is the damage over time component. There is a lot of adds in this fight, so the more Thrash you've got, the more Iron Fur you can go and spam. You can use it obviously like again on Frenzy Regeneration, on Mauls, yada yada yada. This is also a fight with the Sun King's Salvation that even if you're a pro kitty weaver, go Restoration Affinity. Reason being, at the start of the fight, have the other tank get aggro of everything, pop Heart of the Wild, and help your healers healing Kel'Thas. Because the quicker that you get him to the 45 mark and to the 90 mark to get the Shade Spawn, the less ads you've got to deal with, which means the chance of you getting overwhelmed is decreased. Artificer Zymox, your only real damage you're going to be getting from here, okay, is from the Glyph of Destruction. So you could replace Renewal with Wild Charge. This is going to allow you to get back to the fight quicker after you've gone and exploded in the distance somewhere. It's going to allow you to somewhat negate the pull with, what is that ability called? Edge of Annihilation. If you don't negate it, don't come after me. Stampeding Roar also works, but Wild Charge is good. Hungering Destroyer, I think you could probably stick with Wild Charge there. Now, is there anything else? Side Nathris is a bit of a funny one. During the whole Burden of Sin thing and Cleansing Pain when it spawns a loads of ads, Blood Frenzy's really good because you're going to be doing Thrash and everything, but don't allow it to trick you, my friends. Brambles will be just as good as well. And yeah, I think that is all of it. That is me going over the talents. If you, any of Bear Bros out there, would like to see a video on how to kitty weave, let me know in the comments down below. That would be quite fun to go make. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. That is greatly appreciated. And yeah, if you guys have got any other suggestions and stuff you'd like to go see, let me know in the comments down below. Guys, I've been Jagira. You've all been amazing for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and bye-bye.